Hello everyone, this is Des12520 back again with another Hardline weapon review, and today we'll be going over the weapon known as the AKS-74U, or as it is known in English writing, mind you, the Automatic Kalashnikov Folding Model 1974 shortened. So the AK-74U, or the AKS-74U, is a carbine version of the AK-74 rifle that was made in the 1970s, and it fires a 5.45 by 39mm M74 cartridge, and it's basically, it's literally the definition of what a carbine would be, mostly because of the fact that it, not only does it have extremely weird damage compared to an assault rifle, but it also has the movement and such of a friggin' submachine gun category. Sorry if I am not exactly being the smartest. Either way. So let's get on to the weapon in game and let's talk about why personally this is actually my favorite carbine. So the AK-74U, or AKS-74U, I'm going to stop saying that, I'm just going to call it an AK-74U, is a criminal-only operator weapon that can be purchased for $21,000, and its fire modes are automatic and semi-automatic, and it fires at a rate of 735 RPM. The magazine capacity is 30 rounds, or it can also have 35 rounds with extended mags. Obviously, you can have +1 in the chamber and stuff like that. For its damage, it does 28 to 14 over distance, obviously. And for the recoil, it has a .27 upwards recoil, a .075 left, and a .15 right recoil. So it's going to drift to the right and slightly upwards. For its first shot multiplier, it has 1.8x. And I do not have its velocity stats, sadly, but it's kind of just weird. Either way. So it's a very strange carbine, particularly for its class, because not only does it have a average fire rate for the carbine category, it also has I believe one of the highest damage models in the AR category, or well, in any of the categories. Namely the fact that it has 28 damage at close range, which it makes it one of the few carbines that can actually 4-shot out to a slight distance. Also, it has the lowest damage of all carbines at long range, but that actually doesn't matter very much because you can literally tap fire this weapon and it has 0 recoil. Like this, I don't know why the stats say it has a 1.8 times multiplier, because you're literally just using a heavy barrel and a stubby grip, not even trying to control the recoil very much. I can legitimately just tap fire this weapon and I can hit targets halfway across the map with it. The only issue being that you may have to sometimes waste a lot of bullets, as you may see here a little bit. As for my opinion on the weapon, this is actually my favorite carbine to run in the game, and in fact it's probably the only carbine I run consistently in the game. And neat little tip, although I haven't said this in many of my other videos, all hardline weapons, aside from like a few, start with one attachment already built into the weapon. This one actually starts off with a laser sight, which can be actually pretty good because then you don't have to waste money on getting one and you automatically start off having better hip fire. For my opinion of this weapon, I definitely recommend getting it. It won't outbeat like the M416, the AKM, and stuff like that, but it's still a very fun gun to use. And while I can't say it's statistically overpowered, it's more on the underpowered side, it still has enough going for it to where it can be used competitively on the battlefield. Aside from my terrible gameplay with this thing, don't ask. One main issue with this weapon, though, that I've noticed is that if you have any sort of lag whatsoever, this gun becomes extremely terrible to use. Like you can see right there, because at range you take so many shots to kill that missing one or two of them can just immediately end your game. So I would recommend, if you're going to use this weapon at any like long range, make sure your connection's good. Other than that, if your connection's not like consistent enough, then I would recommend using this thing at like close range, and that's it. Aside from that, I'm going to go over my two variants of this weapon that I like to make, and I will tell you guys about why. So the first variant will be the stealth variant, which is the variant that I am not running in this video, but this is the variant you would like to run in Blood Money and stuff like that. So like you have the ability to just pick off targets. The way you run that is you run Cobra Sight, or any red dot sight if you don't like the Cobra. I just prefer the Cobra because it's an AK. You run either stubby grip or vertical foregrip, just for accuracy, since you lose the accuracy of the heavy barrel with this loadout. Suppressor and either laser sight or extended mags. Those are the two probably best attachments for this setup. And the main way you want to play this is just stick slightly out of action. So stay close. Basically what I'm trying to say is stay close to the action, but don't just run in and be like, don't act like you're running around with like the M416 or something like that. Try and like pick off kills from the front lines instead of actually just fighting like you're on the front lines. That's my main way to describe that playstyle. And as for the other variant, which I like the most, and that is my my versatile loadout. Now simply put, red dot sight, laser sight thing, that's all the same. It's pretty much always the same. Then instead of vertical foregrip, you will always want to run the stubby grip on this weapon with this setup. And for your barrel, you want to run the heavy barrel. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the heavy barrel and stuff like that, but the thing is, this weapon needs it. And it's not because of its recoil or anything like that. It is because this weapon actually has some of the, some of the lowest, or yeah, some of the worst accuracy while standing still, and especially while it's moving. So that's one of the main things you use it for, is you run the stubby grip and the heavy barrel just to tighten up that terrible spread, so you can actually hit targets at longer range without having to deal with tap firing constantly. Although you still want to tap fire, but no. The main thing I'll say is that if you really don't want to use the heavy barrel, you don't have to. But the thing is that the heavy barrel gives you so much more range that I can't go without it. As for later today, I may be posting one more review. If not on this game, I will be posting a review on Modern Warfare later today, and that will be on either the Grau or the M4A1. So either way, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, had a cool little segment here I wanted to show off in this game, so I'll just let the rest of the game play out, and yeah, let you guys see how I almost, keyword almost, clutched up for my team. I'll be seeing you guys all later. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'm signing off.